Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Journey Across the Galaxy. We are continuing on our way towards Beagle Point. As you can see, we are a fair bit along on our way towards the journey. Here's our current destination. Still quite a ways off from where Beagle Point is, somewhere off over here. We've already passed through the Galactic Center on our way from the bubble. Our primary goal is working on increasing our exobiology rank and making enough money to buy a fleet carrier. I don't really have a particular topic of discussion for today, so we're just going to kind of chill and hang out and see what we can find as far as biological signatures, so we can hopefully make a lot of money by the time we get to Beagle Point. The distance that we have to cover from the center of the galaxy to Beagle Point is actually quite a bit further than what we had to cover from the bubble to Sagittarius A star. So we should make quite a bit more money than we did the first time around. We'll see how that ends up turning out. If you caught the last episode, you know that we were having some connection issues with the server that popped us out. So while we would normally be starting on the surface of a planet, I was kind of forced to start off in space because that's kind of where we were booted out. So a little bit of a weird episode start today. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit because I'm used to having a kind of set thing that I do, and it's just not working out the way that I was expecting it. All right, so hold on. Let me put my phone on silent because, of course, I haven't gotten any text messages for the last hour, and then I decided to sit down and start recording, and now I'm getting text messages. Okay, so we're looking for biological features up there in the top right of the screen. You can see there's none right there. We're just going to go ahead and keep searching through. I typically limit my number of planets to 15, but because we kind of had a weird episode last time, I'm just going to see what we can find. You know, you never know. We might find something interesting. I tried to balance, you know, given the extreme distances that we kind of have to cover. Oh, that's gonna, okay, hold on. I need to, they still haven't fixed this issue where when you change out controllers, it resets your, oh, hold on, it resets your control scheme. Okay. I'm actually gonna do it like that. So I had to go back through and completely redo everything yet again. Oh wait, okay. I hate this. This is so irritating. So I don't want the sensitivity for the filter to be like that. I want the sensitivity for the mouse to be relatively high. There we go. Okay, that's much better. There we go. That's a little bit closer to what we had. Oh, come on. I hate it when they do that. Get stuck behind the star. 1 biological, 2 geological. Let's see if we can find. I like to find at least 2 when we're towards the beginning of the episode. At least 2 biological sources on a planet, because it more or less guarantees that we're going to find something other than just some kind of bacterium. No, I think we're gonna go ahead and skip this one. We will go ahead and pull away from the star a little bit just to see if maybe we can see what those other things were. Okay. So there was one body behind the star. Hopefully we can see it now. All right, unfortunately, it turned out to not be what we were looking for. Let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, I typically like to have at least 2 biological sources, so that way we make sure we're going to have something other than just some kind of bacteria. None of the bacteria in the game are really that expensive, so taking the time to have to super cruise all the way over to a body, go through the landing descent, skim around the surface trying to find it, it's really not worth the time it's going to take to do that for one single source. If you know, my understanding is that sometimes you might find some stratum tectonicus there, and that is extremely valuable, but there's no way to know that without going to the body and then landing and actually seeing what it is. So, you know, they've made it to where it's always a risk, it's always a gamble. There's no way to optimize your time by getting the information up front. You have to spend the time and hope that it turns out to be what you're hoping it's going to be. And, you know, most of the time it's just not worth it. So we are looking for... That's really far. Those are really far away. Yeah, everything here is really far away, so I'm not even going to bother... I'm not even really bother. I set a limit of about 10,000 light seconds for how far I'm willing to super cruise inside of a system, just because it takes a really long time to super cruise to far away places. We have this awesome jumping system that allows us to hop from star to star, you know, 60 plus light years away, and then we're forced to spend forever to super cruise from one part in a system to another. Like, can I just do a quick hop to the star over there, please? Really? Like, let me hop over to the star. That it should be gravitationally significant enough that my computer could lock onto it. And as part of the RNG, I understand the limitations of the software. It's a frustrating thing to have to deal with that. Force me to super cruise for 30 plus minutes sometimes, depending on where you're trying to go inside of a single system. There we go. I don't know. As far as just what I want to talk about, I don't really have anything specific. I've been watching a lot of science-related stuff lately. I'm, you know, obviously being into space, I'm sort of into physics. I like hearing cool theories and stuff like that. Just finished watching a show on Netflix called Einstein and the Bomb, which kind of detailed Einstein's expulsion from Germany and his conversion into, you know, sort of trying to help out with the war effort back in World War II. He seemed to regret that quite substantially. I can understand his position, but, you know, whatever happened is what happened. It's kind of cool to get perspectives on things like that happened in the past, but at the same time, it's like, you know, there's not much we can do now that has already happened in the past. It's kind of, like I said, it's an interesting thing, but it doesn't really provide... Well, hold on. Let me check the system map here real quick just to make sure there's nothing, because we have things that are saying that they're discovered. There's no atmosphere on any of these, so yeah, we'll go ahead. I need to remember to check the system map. Sometimes things will pop up. I don't know. I think it's because other people have discovered them. I don't know. I've gotten conflicting information. I would imagine that if they're close enough for my ship to see them, then I should get some information. But then again, you know, maybe somebody's come in here and already scanned some of this stuff, and that's why it's popping up. I'm not really 100% sure how it works. Some people have left comments saying that other people have to have discovered it first for you to see it. Others, you know, I've seen other things where you know, just flying near enough to a planet causes it to pop up on my thing. So I don't know. I don't really know exactly how it works. We're starting to have a little bit of an extra long load time now, so I'm having a bad feeling that the server issue might be cropping back up again. Alright, we'll definitely stop and scan this entire system since it's less than 15. Between 15 and 20, I generally have a, how do I feel? But if it's less than if it's 15 or less, that's a definite, yeah, we're going to scan. Ooh, there's a water world here, so we can scan that and get some extra cash. Still no biological feature there. Really hoping we're going to come across some good biology this episode. What do we got? Come on, give us some biological features, please. All right, that's our water world. We'll go scan that. That's worth a certain number of millions of credits, I think. Okay. Oh, it's actually the closest thing to us, too. Get ourselves turned towards it. Get our Super Cruise Assist turned on. I think we already turned the Super Cruise Assist on. Then we just got to make our way over there, scan it, and move on to the next system. If you're curious about what I said in the last episode about switching back to my keyboard, you can play this game almost exclusively by keyboard, and it's really convenient if you can set it up so that when you're out in Super Cruise mode like this, you can just use pretty much one hand. I don't have to use my right hand for anything except for when we're close to the ground and I need thrust control, or when I'm using the mouse for something like the full spectrum system scanner or the detailed surface scan that we're about to do here. But when we're just kind of moving from place to place, WASD for looking around, Z and X for my throttle control, and Q and E for my roll control. F for my frame shift drive, R for my Super Cruise, space for my Fire 1, right shift for my Fire 2. I mean, Fire 1 is only for my D scanner. If I'm going to be doing anything else, I'm going to be using the mouse. So that's pretty much the only reason I have that set up that way. All right, so now we can do that. Get our set. Oh, that was fast. I got to slow that down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Get our target back to the next system en route, and off we go. All right, hopefully this next system will have some biology in it. It'd be really nice to find some... I don't know, the couple of episodes ago, we had a really weird, almost tree-looking fungus that was, you know, I'd never seen it before. It was very cool. I want to find more cool stuff like that. That's why we're out here, is to see cool things like that. I really hope that at some point they're going to go through and do a biology pass to just introduce a bunch of new stuff. Even if it's just more like plant formations, just really, really cool looking stuff. All right, we'll scan the system as well. We're not in any real hurry to get to Beagle Point, but at the same time, we don't want to be dilly-dallying too much, because it's going to take forever to get anywhere if we do that. All right, what do we got? No biology there. Still no biology there. Geological 3, that doesn't really help us. Still no luck. We have what? Oh, we still have a bunch of planets left. This gas giant's only 1,664 light seconds away. That's doable. Wait for this to go away. Nope, no features there. Still no features. Still no features. Where are we supposed to find this last one? We're gonna waste a bunch of time trying to find a single planet. I think we're... Oh, nope. There we go. And it ended up not having what we needed anyways.
Frameshift drive charging.
Moving right along. I remember when I first started playing and I saw slow down pop up there like that, I thought it was telling me that I needed to slow down. I didn't realize that it was oh, hey, you're being slowed down by a very large gravity body right now. All right, get ourselves fuel scooping, get a scan done. Well, binary star system. The most common system in the most common type of star system in the galaxy. At least as far as at least the last I read, last thing I watched said that binary star systems were the most common. I don't know if that's actually the case. Pretty sure it is. It's amazing how weird our sun is in comparison to the rest of the galaxy. Apparently our star is very, very stable compared to other stars. We only have one rather than having to deal with two. You know, just a lot of things lined up to make this solar system compatible for life and for our planet to be compatible for life. Kind of crazy how all that works. I really like learning about like star formation and solar system formation and how bodies accrete and do all of that stuff to become circular and all of that. Okay, I really hate it when the orbit lines don't show up because I have no idea. Okay, see that it should never ever take that long for that to pop up. All All right, I believe it said there were only 7 or so, something like that, bodies in the system. So let's go ahead, get a scan done. Was it 7 or 17? 17. All right, that, you know, it's good enough. We really want to find something, so let's hope that we can get through this quick and find some biology. Because I would really like to find some. Get ourselves down on a planet and actually find something interesting. Still no biology. Got a few more chances to get it done. Almost always find them on moons, though. And usually you find, at least from my anecdotal experience, you usually find biology around on moons around planets that have multiple moons. It seems to be the way my experience is going so far. Whenever I find biology, I usually find biology around a planet, and it's usually on a couple of moons around that same planet. So, I guess where they went with the panspermia model of biological distribution in the galaxy. If you happen to be near where the comet went by that distributed the DNA, then you got biology on there. All right, 22 is too many. We'll go ahead and we'll do a quick full spectrum scan to see if we got any water worlds. But outside of that, we're just going to quickly move past this system. I always say that people think that because there are more bodies in the system, that means that there's a higher chance of actually finding something. The reality is that there is a finite chance of you finding something per body, and that does not increase with the number of bodies in an area that you're in. So the law of large numbers that you hear about when it comes to like gambling and stuff like that, that only applies to really large number sets. It doesn't apply to individual things. So there's kind of this gambling fallacy that people fall into where it's like, well, there's double the number of bodies, it's twice the chance of me actually finding something. Whereas the reality is that the system that you're in has a chance of having, the system that you're in has a certain chance of having biology in it. And then the number of bodies just affects how long it's going to take you to find out if it did or not. That's just kind of the way that works.
Frameshift drive charging.
So you have to kind of pick a number that you're willing to put up with that balances your desire to get where you're going versus actually doing some exploration. And I decided 15 is the number for me. I'm willing to fudge it a little bit if I'm feeling desperate or if I'm bored or if, we just want to take some, if we haven't scanned anything in a while, if we have like 4 or 5 jumps in a row where we didn't scan anything, I might say, let's go ahead and do like 19. But for the most part, doubling the number of bodies does not double your chances of finding something in a system. The system either has biology or it doesn't. Because from what I understand, there's certain conditions for biology to actually turn up in a system. So if the system you're in doesn't have those conditions, then it's not going to show up at all. At least that's my understanding. I could be completely wrong, but I think I believe that's the way that it works. I can't say I'm pretty sure because I don't know, but I believe that's the way that it works. All right, what do we got here? Okay, no biology. Come on. Let's get this. A little bit extra focused right now because, I don't know, my brain, I'm having like, how like sometimes your computer will get bogged down with thought processes or just get really bogged down by trying to focus on a task. That's what my brain's doing right now. I'm having a hard time focusing on talking because I'm focusing on trying to zoom in on these different things. We are now almost at the 20-minute mark already, so it's time to start looking for a place to set down. If we find biology, great, but realistically, we're running out of time to even have time to go and scan before we run out of time. So that's kind of the problem that we always run into once we start, when we don't find any kind of biology towards the beginning of the episode. It ends up being like this, where we're just getting desperate to find something before the clock runs out. But that's okay. We'll either make progress. We'll make progress either way. Either we'll grab we'll grab biology, or we'll make a good number of jumps before we stop. So we're either progressing towards our destination, or we're progressing towards our goal and objective. Another binary star system, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This is also my, what, 6th video for today, so I'm also a little just kind of burned out. I always do a couple of extra episodes of whatever my most popular content is, so that I can make sure that I'm posting every day, but I don't actually have to record every day. So this is my 2nd weekend video. Well, my weekends are typically on Wednesdays and Thursdays because of the way that my personal schedule works right now. So I want to make sure I have those days free. Right, I think we're out. Okay, yeah, see, I hate that it makes us wait this far to find out where that's going to be. Since we are at the 20-minute mark, I am going to go ahead and check the map and see. Let's get 1 or 2 more jumps in. We have time to, you know, find a system that might have some biology in it. I'd like to stop in a system that has at least a chance of us not having to spend forever finding one. I did go ahead and reset my waypoint because for whatever reason, getting booted out the last time removed my waypoint that I had set that only had like 100 and something jumps. So we're back up to like 300 and something jumps, I think. Let me check it out here in a second. All right, yeah, we'll check this one. Yeah, 291 jumps left to our next waypoint. That was what, 16,000 light years away, something like that. All right, let's do a quick scan. Nothing there, but we should, I mean, I have to imagine we're going to find at least a place to land here, so. Jeez, they're all condensed down. Oh, there we go, biology. We'll finish scanning just in case we find one that has more than 2. But realistically, that's probably where we're going to end the episode for today, is on that body there. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm not talking. It's just there's a lot going on here, and it's a little bit hard to focus on that and talk at the same time, especially after so many videos. Okay. This one, and then this one. All right, so we'll go ahead, head over to that one that has the biology. Hopefully we have enough time to get that done, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, get the planetary scan done, and begin our ascent, and I'll bring you guys back as we're heading down. All right, here we are, waiting for the probes to hit, and then we'll get down there and find out what we're doing.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan.
Oh, we got some kind of stratum. Hopefully it's going to be the stratum tectonicus. That would be nice. Get our super cruise assist turned off. You know what? I don't know where the light is. It's ridiculous that I have to manually control this. This is so stupid.
Orbital flight engaged.
My throttle should just automatically compensate for whatever it is that I'm doing. All this manual stuff I'm having to do to make this work is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know I complain about it a lot, but it's just, why? Why does it have to be so manual like this? It's cool the first 20 times you do it, but after that, it's like, can you just make it automatic for me, please? Why do I have to do this every time? All it does is waste time. Alright, so now we're coming down to the planet. I have my right hand on the number pad key so I can control my thrust and landing gear and all that stuff. That's kind of the way that I do it. when I'm using just a keyboard, I have 8, 5, 4, and 6 as my thrusting keys. 0 is my up, enter is my down, and the period key is my landing gear. That's typically the way I do it. So if you're interested in trying to figure out a good keyboard setup, I find that works out pretty well for me. I don't know if this is the Stratum Tectonicus, but we'll find out here in a second. If I can avoid crashing into the ground. Nope, that's what we need. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. All right, let's go scan this stuff and see what kind of stratum we found. Hopefully it's the Tectonicus, and hopefully this is a first footfall. Get 100 million credits off of one thing if we can get both of those things to line up. Kind of looks like the Tectonicus. All right, so we got first footfall. Is it Tectonicus? Oh yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money right there. Oh yeah. All right, so we just got to get 2 more of those, and I can already see the bacteria, so I'll probably grab that off camera because we're already at 26 minutes. We'll grab these last 2 Tectonicus, and then we'll go ahead and call it an episode, and I'll spend my own time grabbing the boring bacteria. Let's see. Generally like to let the ground level me. I have shields, that's what they're there for. It makes it so I don't have to be patient and precise to get my landings down. If it tells me I can land there, I just land and let the downward thrust level me out. It's easier that way. Are we... What's... Alright, there we go. As I say many times, if you are an aspiring developer, make sure that when you're making games like this that have a mouse looking around, that you lock the cursor to the center of the screen. That way, when people are playing in windowed mode, their mouse does not go outside of their mouse cursor doesn't go outside of the window and cause issues like going out and not being able to do things because, oh, the mouse went away. Okay, we're gonna go down into here. That should be far enough. Nope, nope, nope. That was... All right, there we go. All right, so hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows that you did and sends the video out to as many people as possible. The more we get along for this journey, the more fun it's going to be because we can talk about it in the chat, or we can talk about it in the comments and in the Discord chat and all that kind of cool stuff. You guys are free to join that Discord, have conversations. It's all free and open and community and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your video feed and you'll be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button. Check out the list of perks that will become available to you should you decide to join, and decide if any of those are right for you. Your support is greatly appreciated and is a critical component in helping me become a full-time YouTuber. Again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight, and I'll see you for the next one.